Welcome back, everyone. Do you believe a radical judge in Chicago, Illinois, has ordered the release of over 600 illegal aliens, saying that they can be let out of jail? Now, this is a disaster. These are criminal illegal aliens. Things are going to get really bad on the streets of Chicago. Greg Bovino, who's the Border Patrol chief in that area, talked about this. Check it out.
Criminals or individuals that were taking jobs from Americans, you name it, that's what they were doing. And I'll tell you what's going to happen is we're going to go even harder on the streets. If he releases those 650, we're going to apprehend 1,650 on the streets of Chicago.
Do you see what's happening? And in America, this shouldn't be happening. Why are we having a battle between the judicial system and law enforcement in an American city like Chicago? Now, by no means do I fault the Trump administration. In fact, I applaud them, and I applaud Border Patrol and ICE and Greg Bovino and his men and women who are doing the hard job of rounding these people up. But they ought to have help from the courts, not letting 650 people out. So I trust him when he says they're going to go harder. What Chicago is trying to do, the radicals who lead it, is force ICE out. Do they really think that President Trump is that weak that he's going to tuck his tail between his legs and slunk on out of Chicago? Not a chance, the spokesperson for DHS.
We're not going anywhere. We are here to stay. The Chicago people demand it, and we will continue to bring safety and security to the men and women on the ground there.
All right, so the lunatic, blind liberal zombies of Chicago, the followers, they go ballistic that ICE is still in town rounding up criminals that are doing grave damage to American citizens, and they gather outside of an ICE facility yesterday. And it did not go well for them. You can roll it, guys. It did not go well for them. This is them outside of the facility. ICE officials had to go in and start making arrests, and lots of them, because they're stopping ICE officials from doing their job. You can't do that. Not under this administration, and really it shouldn't be under any administration. The law is the law. I want to bring in now Chicagoan and host of the podcast Behind Enemy Lines. Our friend Terry Newsome is back with us. He was at that protest. I don't know, maybe you call it a riot, Terry. What was it? We're out to you, my friend, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, there was actually 21 people were arrested today. And what was interesting is everyone probably remembers seeing that pastor get shot in the head with the pepper ball, I don't know, about a month ago. Yeah. Well, there was dozens of pastors up here today. Matter of fact, some of them were arrested. So I think the city of Chicago is trying to get these Marxist fake pastors to come in and make the ICE officers and agents look bad. Some of them were arrested because they're not listening. And by the way, those are Illinois State Police officers that are doing the arrests outside the perimeters of the ICE facility, which I'm kind of surprised and glad to see that these guys are helping their fellow law enforcement officers. But they are absolutely trying to rile up. They're actually threatening these state police officers, saying the ICE agents don't live here. You guys live here. You're going to go to school with our people. Your children are going to be in our schools. Kind of an indirect threat to the Illinois State Police officers who are there doing their job, trying to protect the ICE agent facility.
Terry, we've had on this program some pastors from Chicago that are trying to make a difference on our side of the vision for where we want America to go. All hope is not lost in Chicago, is it? I mean, I know it's pretty bad, but it's not Seattle yet, but it seems like it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, the majority of the people want ICE here. They want them they want the illegals out of the city. It's just that the voices are bigger. The media is controlled by the leftists. All the media was there is from the left. Ben has gone out there, right? Myself, Benny Johnson, the Antifa agitators put out a bingo hit list with our pictures on it to contact Antifa as soon as they see us there, because they don't want our side showing the truth of what these people are doing to the officers, the state police officers. They just want to control the narrative. And unfortunately, what's going on in Chicago is you have these people everywhere. When people are being apprehended, they don't show the background of it, right? The left kind of edits the way they want. They lie about the narrative. They say that school teachers are being picked up in a kindergarten class. In actuality, this one woman was running from ICE. She got out of her vehicle and got caught in the foyer of the facility, but they say it was a kindergarten teacher. They're controlling the narrative.
Yeah. Well, they can't win with the truth, so of course they're going to lie about what's really going on. It's interesting you said most people actually want ICE there. I think that may be the difference between the Portlands and Seattles versus the Chicagos of the world. I think even if you go into the hood, I have seen people that says, yes, we want these criminals off the street. Is that correct, Terry?
That's absolutely correct. I have a lot of friends on the Southwest side and the West side. They absolutely want them, but they stifle their voices. They don't want them to be heard. They do everything that they can to keep the citizens of the city of Chicago and the Western, it's not just in Chicago, it's in the Western suburbs as well. I mean, it's all over the place. They have these illegal criminals that are creating crime. And then they like to say, well, they're not all criminals. Well, you know what? They came into our country illegally. And if there's not consequences, if you remember, the Democrats say nobody is above the law, including our president, right? Well, that includes people that did not come into our America the way they're supposed to, or these pastors who are not listening to the police officers. They're not above the law. Just because they're a pastor, that doesn't mean that they could neglect listening to the police officers.
Yeah, such a good point. Well, we wouldn't know half the stuff we do if it wasn't for people like you, Terry Newsome, and of course Ben Berkwam, who works for us, and all the others who put really their safety at risk by going in and dealing with these goons. And that's really what they are. But we're appreciative of you, buddy. It's always good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Where can people find you on social media?
Just look me up at Terry Newsome 357 on X, or if you look up Behind Enemy Lines on Getter or Rumble, you can find us there.
Awesome. Sounds good, Terry. Good to see you. Have yourself a great weekend. All right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, folks, coming up next, our favorite segment of the week. Greg Hartley is back. Body language and behavior analysis. That is next.
At Real America's Voice, we know that you want to be a part of something bigger. That's why we've teamed up with AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, to build a real community of folks who care about faith and our country's future.
There is no force on earth that can stop us from saving our country.
Want to be a part of this movement? It's easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now. That's right. Grab your phone and scan the QR code to join the AMAC and Real America's Voice family today. By scanning the QR code, you'll unlock exclusive content, connect with like-minded Americans, and be first in line for events that celebrate our shared values. So don't wait. Scan the QR code. Join us today and become part of a community that stands for faith, family, and freedom.
Real rights, they come from God.
With AMAC and Real America's Voice. Go ahead, scan the QR code now.